I think some people buy in the silly shit that's being said about this movie because I'm telling you, I can smell something, and I think I'm smelling The Rock cooking the books. Oh! That's what I'm smelling right now. Fucktoid!
79. Wow, I literally pulled up basically exactly on 79.
So what you're saying is you didn't pull up on 79?
I said...
You pulled up around 79, and you're trying to make it seem like it was fortuitous that you pulled up around 79. If you pulled up on 79, I would have said, wow. But that's like me saying, oh my god, I almost won the lottery. Okay, well, toodaloo, fuck off, you dumb fuck. You didn't win it.
You know what? You don't need to yuck my yum.
Ew. Ew. I'm going with fact number 3.
Number 3.
On page 79.
Oh, okay. More than 1 in 20 football injuries are caused by celebrating goals on the pitch.
I believe that. I believe that.
Yeah, that's actually quite pertinent.
I thought it would be lower. I thought it would be lower, but at the same time, some of these guys do some dumb as fuck shit when celebrating goals.
I've seen, obviously, the regular run, do a slide, all those things. I've seen flips. I've seen kicks. Double,
triple backflips. Maybe don't make the wrong decision by celebrating and getting injured. I remember there was a manager who said, I always got annoyed when this player scored because I knew I'd get very pissed off and very worried about the celebration afterwards. Yeah. Saying this guy is gonna hurt himself.
Oh, that's a rough place to be as a manager. You're like, no, I want you to celebrate and win. It's worthy of celebration. Just not the way you're doing it.
Nah.
Just don't do it the way you're doing it.
Don't do it.
Please.
Hey, NarendraTheComic! Yes, and right now we're going to be talking about Black Adam. Because you can verify this. While I do not know everything, I know a lot about a lot of things.
True. Very, very true. Yes. You know, inordinate about very many topics, very specific things that most people would say, where do you gain that knowledge? And you just go, you know, I just pick things up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm an audible learner. I hear something, I know it, and then I can build on that knowledge with other things, you know? Yeah. But in this case, I'm talking about the box office results, specifically Black Adam, because you can't fool me. You can fool a lot of people. I think some people buy in the silly shit that's being said about this movie because I'm telling you, I can smell something, and I think I'm smelling The Rock cooking the books. Oh! That's what I'm smelling right now.
Oh, no.
And I don't want to be smelling it because I wanted this to be a great movie. I still don't know if it is because we haven't seen it yet. So we need to give it a little bit of money by going to see it in the next few weeks. Unfortunately, right now, we're snowed in. Yeah. So we can't go see it this week or this weekend maybe. But maybe next week, we'll go and get the review done. But The Rock came out because apparently he's having a bit of an issue with people saying the film's a flop. He's not liking that people are saying it's a flop.
Yeah.
The fact of the matter is, what is it?
It's a flop.
It's a little bit of a flop. It's not a stinker. It's not atrocious. But in my mind, from what I know about the movie business, what I know, the film probably lost close to, if not more than, $100 million. Okay, that's just, what's it called? A fact.
That's just expensive.
Yes. Some people were saying $200 million. No. It's not lost that much money. But the problem is The Rock is comparing it to Captain America the First Avenger. The first one. Now that came out all the way back in 2011. Number one, it was a Captain America movie. It's not going to make that much money around the world starting off this franchise. Yeah. It's Captain America. Some people in Germany aren't really going to like Captain America, are they? Some people in China aren't going to be liking Captain America, are they? Yeah. Russia not going to like Captain America, are they?
Yeah.
Point number one. Point number two, it being 11 years ago means that you have to add to whatever the box office of Captain America 1, what's that word?
Inflation.
And inflation over the last 11 years, I would say compounded, has probably been at least 35%. Oh. If not more, but I'm going to lowball it. Just over the last 3 years, it's been like 15. So 35 seems pretty reasonable. If you add 35% of the box office to that movie, which originally made $370 million, that brings it up to probably close to 500 million in today's money. So no, Black Adam did not make as much money in real terms as Captain America the First Avenger. Number two, Captain America the First Avenger also had, what's it called? A smaller
budget.
Yes, indeed. It cost about 140 million as far as I know. Maybe it went up to 170, but it's in that lower ball range, whereas Black Adam cost $200 million. And that's reported to be fact. I'm only going on the facts here, I'm not making things up. So, you can quote me if you like, because I know I'm correct. Now, there's a standard rule in cinema making for big budget blockbusters. That is, wherever the production budget is, the film needs to make 2.5 times that amount to what?
To break even.
You are on the vibe today, my guy. That's just how it is. A film needs to make 2.5 times its budget, production budget, for it to generally break even. Now, if it's a smaller movie, smaller budget, it might need to make more than that amount to break even because generally they put more money into marketing than the actual production budget of the movie. So then a movie that costs 10 million to make, they might spend 30 million on marketing it, and then it might need to make 70 million to break even. So it's a different case with every movie, but big budgets, 2.5 times. If this movie costs $200 million, that means it needs to almost make 500 to break even. That's in my mind the maths I have. If a movie makes 3 times its budget, it's making good money. 4 times, you're making a killing. 5 times, run to the bank and cash that check right now. But this one has probably got WB with the bloody loan sharks out front saying, hey, where's our money? That's what's going on, because at 400 million, or it's about 390 million in reality, this film has lost probably at minimum $70 million. Because when you take into account the marketing budget, which allegedly is apparently 0, because if the production budget is 200 and The Rock is saying that the movie has made $50 to $70 million in profit, that would mean that the marketing budget was zilch.
We know that's not true.
It can't be. And for a movie of this size, they would have at minimum spent $100 million on marketing.
Yeah.
If not more, if not 200 million. But let's go with this number of 100 million, which is very, very fair. It's not highballing it, it's lowballing it. It's going with a very comfortable number. That means the budget for this movie is 200 for production, 100 for marketing. That means you got 3. What?
100.
Yes. 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 And cinemas take 35% of all box office revenue. In some countries it's more, in some countries it's less. It also depends on the deal the studio has with the distributor. But again, we're being kind here, 35 is the number we're going to be going with. So if this movie has made $400 million as of now, again, I'm giving you the extra $15 million here because it hasn't made $400 million as of yet. That means the cinemas are going to be taking $40 million. They're going to be taking another $40 million. Yeah. They're going to be taking another $40 million. And they're going to be taking another $20 million. So that adds up to 120 plus 20, which is $140 million. So on the low ball figure, pre-tax, pre-additional costs, this film brought back in revenue after the cinemas took their cut, $250 to $260 million. Now, if the budget was 200 and the marketing was at minimum 100, that means, just by working at numbers right now off the top of my head, 70 was probably more reasonable. It's lost at least $50 million. And in my mind, the budget for the marketing was substantially higher than $100 million, probably close to 150, which is why I'm saying $100 million loss is very reasonable. But they've said it's low. They've said that it's made $70 million in profit, which is basically unbelievable. Now, I love The Rock. I want him to do well. I have a picture of him in this room. It's signed. Someone got it for me for Christmas many years ago. I still look at it and say, damn, what a bald head. I love it. Shiny, shiny. He's got the big guns. I remember back in the day, I used to be like, how big can I get my own guns? How big can I get them? You know, The Rock talks about 20-inch arms. He's got 20-inch pythons. I used to have 18-inch arms.
You did?
I was a big guy, but I wasn't a big guy all over. It was just like my arms looked like I had like monkey arms coming off of me.
Arms.
It was a bit worrying, wasn't it?
They were disproportionate, but nevertheless, we have such a huge amount of respect for The Rock.
Success is respectable.
But what's the point in potentially lying about these numbers? It seems as if the people around the world are being like, oh, you know, is it a flop? Is The Rock's power waning? And this is him being like, no, we made money. We made money. But just breaking down the numbers, I don't think you made money. No, in fact, you lost money. A lot of money. And he was producing this movie as well. So I would think he probably lost a little bit of money as well here. So he ain't happy. He ain't happy with the box office result. And that's why every time something comes out, #1 weekend for Black Adam, #1 weekend for Black Adam on week 2, #1 weekend for Black Adam in week 3. He's been posting #1 weekend for Black Adam in iTunes charts because he's trying to sell it as well as he can, that it wasn't a financial failure. Not a disaster. There have been many, many bigger box office flops than Black Adam. This one is not on those types of levels, but you have to be fair. You have to be objective here, not subjective. This one didn't tickle everyone's pickle, evidently. And some people were not having it for some reason. Again, we haven't seen it. We can't tell you if it's a good or a bad movie as of yet. But it's something I was excited to see. I thought it would have cracked 500 million easily. Yeah.
Easy. But when you look at Black Panther now, it's struggling to crack 800 million. And if Avatar comes out and has a huge weekend, I don't think it's going to make more than 820 worldwide. Which, to be clear, is a shit ton of money. But compared to the first Black Panther, it ain't a lot.
No.
And when you take into account that word called...
budget.
Inflation.
Oh, inflation.
Yes.
Both.
It really came off a lot from the previous Black Panther. So maybe there's some weird shenanigans going on right now. There's a lot of, as I said, cooking of the books. And I can smell that. Because if there's one thing I can smell, it's the numbers being fudged. I don't like the numbers being fudged. I like them to be correct, so I can correctly analyze them. But when people say stuff like this, it's... what are you lying to me for, boy? Why are you lying? Just be honest. Just be honest. Say it didn't make as much as we wanted. It was still a success in the eyes of the studios because it brought forward these new characters. It brought forward these new ideas. And these are going to be people going forward in the DC universe now. That's how you sell it. That's how you sell it. You don't sell it the way you sold it. Because no one's buying it. Anyway, guys. If you did enjoy this video, please like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel down there. If you didn't, Black Adam himself gonna come after you. You don't want that? No, you really don't. Do they want that? No, so just subscribe anyway to avoid that. I've been NarendraTheComic.
I've been Nonsensei.
She's been Nonsensei. You've been Grant. We'll see you next time. That's tomorrow. If you don't know, make a video every single day. Been doing it every day for over 1,500 days now. We're stopping until we get 10,000 subscribers. So do subscribe. Pop back again tomorrow for some more quality shitty content, hashtag never not here, just how it goes. Also bring the podcast means nonsense in Punjabi. We also bring a lot, bring a little, do a little, but we do indeed bring the quality shitty content on a daily basis. So see you tomorrow, more of the same, slightly different, but essentially the very same. Once more, see you then. Skadoosh.
I got you! I got you! Take that, you friggin' psycho!